Hello, everyone. So we are going to continue with the AMC 8. So this is number 11. So the coordinates of the triangle is given, and the y is larger than 7, so which is right there. The area of the triangle is given, so the y is the y value. Okay, this is also straightforward. So we had some simplification in the past years like this. So there are like some approaches that you can try, but I think one of them is like I can just make a triangle. Okay, so to complete this, we don't really need that for some people who can actually do this way simple. So, but I'm gonna just kind of draw this one. So like if you want to find the area of this given triangle, so this side is gonna be height for this space. So which is I hope obvious. So 5 is x value and y x value is 11. So 5 to 11, this is 6 units. So the base of this triangle, if I take AB as base, is 6 units. And this has to be my height. So the 6 times h over 2, which is the area of the triangle, is 12. So the h is 4. So if this is 4, then that is the distance between this coordinate and the y value of this coordinate. The y value at this point was 7. So, you know, this is like something 7. Since we are told this is 3, so if you were to write this guy, so you should guess this is 3 comma 7, right? And if you go 7 units up, 4 units up from 7, so you should get y value, which is your answer. That is choice D. So that is something we can do. But if you kind of didn't see this, you can like extend this graph a bit to make actual coordinate plane. So you know this is 5, this is 3. So you could just draw like the x and y axis. So which is something we don't really need it, but it does help somehow. So if you kind of draw this x and y axis, so you will see that is also good to try. So, you know, this is the 3, and then this is the y value. The drawing x and y axis is kind of helpful to see what's going on. And then that will be 5, and then this is going to be 7, and then this is y value. So from here, so you may just make a, I don't know, like bigger picture. So you can make a rectangle like this and subtract the region that you don't want it. But seeing this coordinate plane is not for that, like making rectangle purposes, but it's just actually seeing the height should be added 7. Okay, that's why added that this distance like 4 units to be 7. So that's why if that wasn't obvious, so drawing this might help. So that's why I kind of did that. Another thing you can like you can try with this, you may just use the shoelace approach by using the y value. So, you know, if you are not familiar with it, looks like this. Since I don't want to use this twice, I'm going to start with another point. So let's say 5, 7, and 11, 7. And then, so that should be 3y. You are writing the coordinates, and then you got the first one more time. And you multiply crossly. So that is 77. That's 21. That's 5y. That's 35. And this is 11y. And this is 21. So you add all of these and all of these. And if you add this, you get 98. 5y plus 98. So this is the sum of the numbers on the left. And if you add these, you got 30 and like 20, which is 50. So 56 plus 11y. And this is the sum of these numbers. And the shoelace does this work. So you take the 1/2 of the absolute difference of these two different sums. So you can subtract this from this or this from this, but you're going to take the absolute value. So I'll take this minus this. So if you subtract 5 from 11, so that will be 6y, and 56 minus 98. So from 56 to 96, that's 40. So that looks like minus 42. So we should multiply this by 1/2 to get the area. And if you multiply both sides by 2, you will get 6y minus 42 is 24. And add 42 to both sides. So 6y would be add 42, which is 66, right? So that's 66. And divide by 6, that will give us 11. So again, this second approach is not that like easier for some, but it is at least good to know we could still use a shoelace for this problem. So that was number 11. So number 12, so Rohan keeps a total of 90 guppies in 4 fish tank. Okay, there is one more like guppy in the second tank than the first one. So, and then there are 2 more in the third than the second. Okay, they are related somehow. So how many are in the fourth one? So you can start with the labeling the X for the what you want, but I'm gonna call the first one is the X. So there is one more in the second one. So if I say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. If I have X in this case, there is one more in the second compared to the first one. So that should be X plus 1. And then 2 more in the third, then it's in the second. So if you add 2 to this number, so you will get X plus 3. And then 3 more in the fourth, then it is in the third. So if you add 3 to this number, so you will get X plus 6. So if you add 1, 2, 3, 4, so that is 4X. Okay, and then 1, 3, and 6, that is add up to 10. So their total is 90. So if you subtract 10 from both, so you get 80, 4X is 80, X is gonna be 20. So again, the 20 is one of the choices, but we have to be careful. We are looking for the number of fish in the fourth. So that's the X plus 4, X plus 6, so 20 plus 6 would be my answer. So that is number 12. So let's look at the next one. So Bunny is hopping up and down a set of stairs, one step at a time. In how many ways can like Bunny start on the ground? So starting right here, and make a sequence of 6 hops and end up getting back to the ground. Okay, so for example, one sequence of the hop is given up, up, down, down, up, down. So like you just go up, let's say this one, and then you go up, so you get one more, and then you go down, and then you go down again, and then you go up, and then down. So you're on the floor. Okay. So like, okay, so that's the question. So we have 6 sequence, right? And then we have 2 options. You are gonna go either up or down. I'm gonna use U and D for that sequence. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my first step should be up. There is no other way. I cannot go down. So my first one should be up. So that is determined. And the last one has to be down because like, let's say you were right here, like on the floor, right? So let's say on the ground. If you were on the ground right here, so you cannot go up because if you do go up, you are not going to end up being on the ground. So you should, this cannot be ground. So which means the last one has to be go down. So that is also determined. So which means you have to be at this point right before the last I guess hop. Okay. So the question that probably we have to answer, how many ways can we finish the middle part? So this could be like up or down, this could be up or down and stuff like that. But you know, you have 4 I guess 4 options like in the middle that we have to finish up. You can start listing all of these to see what you like, what you get, but maybe we can do a shortcut. So like we want to start with like up, that's something. So we are, let's say right here. So you do have 2 options. So you can go either U or up. But let's say I'm going to take up as my first step. And if I go with the second is also up, and you know, I already had 1 up. So 1, 2, 3 ups. And I can do like maybe like when you first up, right, this much, and another up is this, another up this. But if I want to go one more, so let's say the third is also up, I'm just think about the worst case scenario, and I cannot really go back to like ground for my last because I do need to go 3 times, but I have only 2 steps left, meaning that I need to have at most 2 ups, which is actually not at most, it has to be exactly 2 ups. So you could choose other 2 downward and downward. So these 4 letters could be arranged any order, so we should be feeling okay. So if you just go down, up, up, down, and any order of those 4 letters, we should be fine. So the question became now, how many ways can I arrange those? Or how many ways can I choose 2 spots for use? So other 2 will be determined by this. So that is the 4 choose 2. And that is equal to 4 times 3 over 2 factorial, which is 6. And if you don't know the combination approach, since we have only 6 of them, you can list them all carefully. So you should be fine as well. So let's try the next one. So the one-way road is connecting from those given towns are given, and the distances are also given are on the figure. So traveling along these roads, what is the shortest distance from A to Z? Like, okay, so it's not too bad, I guess, but be careful because it's not scale, so it's kind of the figure may be telling us something, but it may not be the case based on the numbers. So, you know, if you go from A to X and M, you do take 7 units, but if you go from A to M, you got 8 units. So which means I don't want to take this path. I need to go this way if I need to. But let's say if I want to go from A to, I don't know why, I can take 5 and 10, which is 15, or I can take 5, 2, and 6, which is 7 plus 6 is 13. So that means I don't want to use this one. So instead, because if I go this way, that's 8 total, but this is 10. So this is going to be make longer. And similar idea, if I want to go from M to M, so I should take this path because these 2 add up to 11, but this is itself already 14. So I don't want to take that path. And 5 and 10. So if I want to go from Y to Z, I should go this way because that's 15 and that is 17. You know, as you see, when you take one, like, I guess, step, mostly they were not good ones. And so in this case, like we remember, like this wasn't good one, right? So I can just choose that's 11 plus this 21. If I go all the way here, that's 25, so which is not healthy. So I think I can choose this and after them. So next this one and this and this. So that's 15, 21 plus 7. That looks like 20, 29 or 28. Let me double check. So like 10, 15, 21, and 23 at 28 actually. So which is the smallest number? You know, shorter distance is possible with 28. So that was the answer for me. Okay, so let's move on. So the letters F, L, Y, B, U, and G represent different digits. So that is important. Okay, so based on that, we are told 8 times this 6-digit number is equal to this 6-digit number. What is the value of the sum of those 3-digit numbers? Okay, like, you know, it's not really obvious because the only thing that we are given like 8 and you multiply a 6-digit number with 3 different like digits to multiply that to 6 digit to get another 6 digit. So it's why I will say it shouldn't be that challenging because there's nothing else given. So we have to kind of have information. I think the reason why we don't have much because of this number 8. Because if you multiply 8 by a 6-digit number and then you still get a 6-digit number, you don't really have much option for that. So what I mean by that, let's think about the worst case scenario. Like if I choose 9, 8, and 7, so 9, 8, and 7. So this is the largest number I can choose for like this result. So if I divide this by 8, let's see what's going to happen. So that should be 1. So that's 8. That's 18, 2, 16, 2, 7. So it looks like 3. So 24. So like I should have taken this one, but anyway, so you can still do that. So if I want to continue dividing, I will say 123 and it will give us like 3, 9. So it will give us like another thing. So, but since we want to get the first 3 and the same as the last 3, so that means we could get at most 123 for the FLY, okay? So which is something we have. So meaning that F has to be 1 because I cannot choose 0. I cannot choose anything other than like 1 because that's the largest I can get. So if I choose F is 1, maybe like 2 and 3 for the other two. And then also we cannot choose L is 1 either. So this is the largest I can go. Like I can have 1, 1 something, but when you have 1, 1, so that will be 2 same digit. That doesn't work. So I could have the middle one as 0, but let's try with 2. Okay, so if this is 2, and this could be 3 as my largest number. So let's try and see if this is gonna work out. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if I multiply this by 8, so that is 24, 16, plus 2 is 18, and then 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So 8 times 3 is 24. So 8 times 3, that will be same thing. So 8, 4, and 9. So let's see if this is okay. So 9, 8, and 4, they are all different digits. They are different from these as well. So since we are told they are different, so that does work. So we have actually one number. So if we are told this is the sum we are looking for, that has to be only one result. So which the one that we choose is actually working. And if you have time, you can just try the other cases like 103, 10, like whatever, and see if that works. But if you do so, I will say those are not going to work out because you are going to get probably the same digit. So in this case, our answer should be 984 and 123. So that is 7, that is 10, 10, I guess 11, right? So 1107 is the answer. So I hope that makes sense. I will continue soon with the other ones. I'll see you in the next video.